Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm with Kartal, my friend from Çukurcuma cafe, which I've been showcasing already a few times, but today it's not what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna bring something else, two different mindset on our eating habits and goals with our training. Kartal, introduce yourself a little bit.
I'm Kartal. I'm 33 years old. I'm not used to social media, but thanks to Quentin. First of all, thank you very much.
Thank you,
for
brother.
the opportunity. You're always helping and you're always around. And it's gonna be my first time talking about, my fitness regime and what we do and what we always talk about it. But it's gonna be my first time talking openly, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've been doing sports since I was 3. My dad is a national athlete. I've got family members who've been competing for a long time, and I competed in Pacific. I competed in Australia, New Zealand, and in Turkey as well. I love sports, and it's part of my regime, part of my daily life. And on top of it, I operate 6 to 7 different businesses daily, and I feel happy, I feel good.
That's what we call a hardworking man.
Thank
you still find the time to achieve your goals and to put the time into what is necessary for you. And that's why I wanted to bring you on the podcast. I know how passionate you are about sports, what it brings to your life, which is joy at the end of the day. We always talk about the suffer, the pain, the struggle. Yes, there is some of that, but also there is joy, fulfillment, and pleasure. It's rewarding a lot. And that's why I'm very happy to have you in my podcast. You are a friend of me. We hang out together. We're spending time together. You always bring me inspiration as well. You have a great ideas, and like that's what it's about. Likewise. When it comes to friendship.
Yeah, absolutely. We lift each other, we listen each other, and we give genuine feedback. Doesn't matter how bitter and doesn't matter how sweet it is. It's genuine feedback. And always we lift each other. So it's all about.
And that's the beauty of sport in general. Yeah. You're gonna find a unique bonds.
Yeah.
When you do sports, because there is a saying that say you truly know someone if you sweat with that person.
Oh, and bleed.
And bleed. For some, yeah, and bleed. Kartal is hardcore. His background have karate, championship. I mean, you have been pushing really hard.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, I mean, we do what I can. At the end of the day, it's peace that we want, it's joy. Right now, Kartal, as I know, is preparing at his age for stage, which is a personal challenge that he decided he want to achieve something for himself. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, so...
where the idea came from?
I think idea came from when we were talking. We were talking and you said something about when I said to you, oh, you're giving your 100%, well done, brother. And you said that, no, 1,000%.
I remember that.
I love it. I love it. And it's all about that, giving more than what we can, and at the end not regretting. If it doesn't happen,
it does.
Yeah, and it does always happen. But if it doesn't happen, that's okay, whether you do business or not. So I've been doing this for a very long time, and competition to some people it can be overwhelming, but for me it's about me, not the competitors.
That's
it's
beautiful.
About me,
and that's what I'm trying to tell people. That's why I wanted you to put the words for them.
Absolutely. So for me, when I compete, so you can do something for 6 months and you don't need to go to school to test yourself. If you're able to test yourself, you will always achieve and you will always improve. So I like to taste myself in uncomfortable situation. I like to go to other lands, discover and explore. So we always say this, if we live 1,000 years ago, we will love it. But it's not an excuse, you can still do it by competing. So I like to go to those dark places. I like to discover different areas. So when I'm competing, when I'm on the stage, it's for me. It's for my healing. And I respect everybody for competing, but it's for me to be there. So now I'm 33. By the time I'm 43, I'm gonna say, oh, I've done well, So it's mainly for me. I do the sport every day and I like to see where I am. And the competition itself, I think I love how you know yourself and body. When you're coming for the photo shoot, you know what to eat, you know what to avoid. And if you know these things, it's a massive improvement and massive help for yourself. So competition also helps you with different things. Like if you're doing fighting competition and if you're setting up yourself so hard, if you're overtraining, the chances are you're gonna fail. But if you knowing yourself really well and if you're controlling it a bit, which I didn't used to, and now I'm in a stage that it comes with the maturity that, okay, don't overtrain, think and do what you like. Put it in a mood that you enjoy, not only training hard, but you enjoy as well. So when it comes to competition day, you're mentally prepared, but also spiritually you're in the healthy state.
And that's the most important, to be honest. We always, like, especially for the young people that doesn't have our experience and knowledge, they look at what others do. But that's not the mindset that you need to have. It's your personal goal. What do you want to achieve? Not everyone want to be on stage. Not everyone want to be in a professional level.
Yeah.
But understand the roots of what you're doing and enjoy it. Find pleasure on what you do, and it doesn't matter if you go in a dark place. You can go in those dark places. Sometimes we need that. It's where we find strength. Like David Goggins used to say, I love that thing, and I use it all the time, the cookie jar. Did you heard this thing from David Goggins? So David Goggins used to have a crazy background, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering,
Army background,
family background, overweight, hating himself, no confidence. So when it come to time of challenges, in his mind, he go pick those memories and use it at cookies. He eats those bad moments again and again to find strength. And we call it the cookie jar. You open it when it's necessary and use it as a fuel to boost yourself, to overcome.
I love it.
I love it. But when this is finished, at the end of the day, what you need is peace. Right?
Absolutely.
It's peace.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's very important to mention that to people. It's not about just grinding.
No.
It's to find that balance that's gonna allow you to understand who you are and fall in love with yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all.
When I first won my national championship in New Zealand, I was in a stage that I was stressed. I worked in corporate, and I had to deal with a lot of, high management team. I was reporting to CEO directly, and I just got promoted, newly married. I'm, stressing out. When the printer machine is broken, I'm like having a heart attack because in 10 minutes time, I gotta print it out.
What I'm gonna do?
Exactly. So I actually, when I competed and came back, I'm like, people were elbowing me, kicking me in the face. Nobody's gonna do that to me in the reporting. When I go upstairs, when I'm giving report, nobody's gonna try to put me down, I put myself down. When I'm training, I make myself sweat, I make myself pain, I make myself put into those situations that are actually challenging. No one else can.
No one else can.
And
that's
your
commitment.
Exactly.
That's the contract that you sign with yourself.
Exactly.
That's all. And that's what we want to give you guys, to understand that.
Yes.
You need to self-reflect and be honest with yourself. Are you happy with the way you are? If not, obviously there is certain thing you can do. You can set up a plan. You can start to train. Or maybe you're not into sport, you can start to paint, to play music. There is just so much things you can do to expand and find the core of yourself and see what you're made of. Exactly. What is your purpose? And soon as you find that, there is something so magical about that. Is the impact that you're gonna have around you. When you fully find yourself and you can be yourself, it's contagious.
Absolutely.
People want to be like you because they see such an ease on your movement. They see a peaceful mind. Oh, this guy, how can he be like that?
Flawless.
Flawless. Now I have a question for you, because I know a lot of people think that eating, it's like you need to be so hard, so harsh. Yes. If you want to achieve, like you right now, a stage level, obviously you're gonna set up a plan, you're gonna need certain things. So how do you deal with that? What is your right now eating habits?
Yeah. Right now, in a month, I'm just resting because I built myself into a stage that I'm good. If I want to go into my highest level, it's not going to be long. So it takes only 3 to 4 weeks for me to touch that. So my body needs rest. So right now for me, it's not about what I eat and how much I eat. It's about what I don't eat and how much I can avoid it. I can eat cakes.
You say that because guys, I eat a lot of cakes right now. I'm not
this guy is a different level. With cakes, he's in different level. If I was a girl, I would date with him. Just because the selection of the cakes and desserts that he loves, now I admire it. I need to be careful because I can't stop once I eat. So I try to avoid certain things like dairy products. I love it. I love cheese, but I try to avoid it. If I'm gonna eat cheese, then I need to think, okay, what's gonna be my sacrifice? If I'm gonna have fat, then carbs gonna be my sacrifice. If I'm gonna have carbs, then fat's gonna be my sacrifice. But I always try to fit in good protein, and I'm a big supporter of eating quality food. Even if I'm gonna have chocolate, even if I'm gonna have dessert, I rather go with the quality. I rather go with the fresh food. So in here, I don't want to promote anything, but same thing goes with my chef too. I say, get a good product. If you're gonna make any dessert, take the best available. Quality is always what I'm after. So right now I eat my carbs. I choose white rice because it gives me energy. I go, do very heat training, high intensity training. So I need my carbs.
Yeah, you need energy obviously to fuel that body. You're like right now like a stone.
Oh, thank you.
Taş gibi, biliyorsun değil mi? Taş.
Thank you. And I need to be always awake as well and aware what's going on with businesses. So when I come here, I can't be miserable. If I'm not having carbs, I'm going to be miserable. So that's not good for the people around me. So I try to eat what I like to eat. Sometimes I treat myself, but like we always say, you got to pay the price. You got to pay the price, but if you're willing to, you can do anything in this life. But there's a price for it. So that's the mentality.
Of course.
That's the mentality.
Most of people see me as a model, as an influencer, which it's true. I got a lot of time, but they don't see the backend and the amount of work that I do. But it's true, I might have more time. But today we're having a guy that owned that place, that run a cafe, that run an antique store, and more businesses. He's going overseas to UK, which you do those trading for all those beautiful things that we see here. So obviously you're very busy. You don't have as much time, for example, as me, but you still make it true. And that is beautiful message that I want to give to people because they just reflect on me. But I saw now you looking incredible, training amazingly, doing different discipline with high intensity, with combat, with fighting skills. You still make the time for it. But on top of that, we forget to mention this beautiful man have a wife and have kids. And you're still doing your fulfillment towards the family. So there is no such an excuse, I don't have time. This is something that I don't accept when people reply to me via social media, I don't have time. You have it, but you don't want to make the time for it, which is very different things. I believe if you're driving and if you have the will, you can achieve anything.
During COVID, all the gyms were shut and you built your own gym in your balcony.
That's the first things I did.
You did what you could do.
I did what I could and I will never stop.
Exactly, priorities. So if you're setting up your priorities as going out and drinking, setting up your priorities as smoking, if you're setting up your priorities as partying or buying clothes, good luck. I mean, good for you if that makes you happy. But then don't complain and don't say, oh, that's luxury. That's not a luxury.
Not
that's
even luxury. The words that I hate the most, I think today is you lucky.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm getting every day.
Yeah.
I'm getting this every day. You lucky.
No such a thing.
I'm not lucky. I came from a background that I have no support, no money. I left my house at 16 and I went to this jungle, which is this world. I call it the jungle because violent, wide, and people are selfish. So it's difficult, to make a spot for yourself at such a young age. That's why I don't feel lucky. I just work my ass off. Literally, I work hard and then I find myself. I understood what worked the best for me. I set up kind of like my plan and I stick to it.
Can I add something? There's a song I really like the lyrics. Moon is in the background. She's a songwriter. So I'm gonna say this. It says, don't have to be a Hollywood star. Don't have to drive supercar to get far. Eyvallah.
Eyvallah abi.
Don't have to be beautiful, but it helps.
Thanks to Mother Creation.
Exactly. But
she is the one who made it.
I see what you're saying and I strongly agree with it. There's no such a thing as luck. I don't believe in talent. You can be talented, but in order to get into some sort of stage, you need to work hard. And lots of people out there, they're talented, they're working hard too. They work hard. Otherwise, you wouldn't be talking about them. You know?
Not. And usually that's the good things about those people like you. The people who work very hard and putting so much effort are the people that talk the less. Because they don't have time to focus on negativity. They don't have time to talk about others. You have too much ongoing. Why would I do that? I want to focus on the people that are interesting in me. People that want to share ideas, that want to grow with me. You're building your tribe. That's what we want, to have a healthy community and to have a positive impact towards people. I'm focusing on that. The rest for me doesn't really matter. That's why I never look at the hater, which lucky me, I don't have much. Or sometime, one, two times, someone gonna put a bad comment. Whatever. Even to them, give them empathy, compassion, try to understand why they're thinking like that. Maybe I did something wrong, maybe I said something wrong. I'm still always self-reflecting and I'm reacting with kindness even towards people that hate you. And I come back to what I say to now my habit with food. I'm not so strict. I just want what is good for me, health, and to benefit as much as possible from this food. Longevity. So that's why I keep telling people, don't be so hard if you don't have a specific goal like Kartal. The root is enjoy your life and be healthy for yourself, but for your people. So you don't make your family wonder for you. You don't make them worry. You don't need extra stress. You need to prove and to show them that you are doing good, you're great, and they can rely on you. And that's what it's about. And I think you do that perfectly. Thank you again for coming on my podcast to be my friend. Because you inspire me as well. You need to know that. I hope me too to build my family, to be a role model like you are. I don't have kid yet, but maybe one day, inshallah. And thank you for everything, brother. You means a lot to me.
Thank you. Give me a hug.
Don't forget, people might need you. You might not realize that. Some people are shy to talk about it. Be transparent, be vulnerable, and just keep sharing openly with your heart. Be with your friend, talk about it, ask opinion. If you have a girlfriend, wife, share things with them. It's always good to have different approach, different perspective, and that's what we are trying to bring on these differences between the ultimate goal is longevity, happiness, joy, and that's all.
And it's not healthy to be on the same stage and same diet and same routine for a long time.
You can't.
You gotta refresh it, you know. So to me, 3 months to 6 months, if I'm on a strict diet, max. Because I've got to.
Mentally at one point.
Exactly. So these people, they got a life too. How can they can see me miserable all day? No. Same with the family too. So you know, you change it. I think your cake habits are really good, and I admire it, and it helps me as well. So every time he eats cake, I'm like,
let's have one.
You go half, and I'm like, okay, I'll go up, and then I hide in the kitchen. And then it's like, he comes and finds it. No, you're gonna have it too. So no, it's good. That's what the friendship is about. It's balancing each other, and it's helping each other, and mentoring each other, lifting each other up.
Exactly. One last thing, if you have a couple of words to inspire people towards what they want to do, which word would you give them?
I love it. The saying goes, impossible is nothing, and impossible is really nothing. And if history taught us something, that's impossible is nothing. You got to tell yourself, impossible is nothing. If a person is achieving something, they've got 2 hands, they've got 2 feet, like Romero says, and you do the same. So there is no excuses. Focus on yourself and do what you can do. Don't focus on the negativity. Stay on the positivity. Stay on what you can do, because really, if you click that in your mind, you can achieve anything.
Thank you very much again. I think we're gonna end up like that. Hopefully, guys, you get inspired by that message. See you on the next one, probably. And if you're around in Django, please, guys, visit this place. It's awesome. They have amazing food, amazing cake. Everything is made here with the best quality they can find in Istanbul. And if you can see, we will put you a link with the Airbnb. This place have a unique suite with antique furniture that I have been visiting and I experienced. It's just incredible. So we will put you a link as well to have the option if you pass by and say hi to my friend Kartal.
Thank you.
See you guys.